Yo, what is up guys? My name is Chespin08 and I am back with another tutorial, and I do have to apologize to everybody because I did say I was going to do more tutorials, and it's been like a month since I did my last one, and I've had a lot of people ask me when is the next tutorial, so I decided to make one today. And today we're going to be using what is called the pen tool, which is a tool that you can use to trace out images or vector. If you don't know the term for this, I call it vector and I'm pretty sure. But yeah, so today what we're gonna do is we're gonna vector out this well, part of this Mega Blastoise in order to make a logo for someone. And last episode we did how to make a outro / end card, so if you want to check that out, I'll be sure to leave the link in the description for the next tutorial. So today we're gonna get started. So first thing you need to know is what is a pen tool and like what does it do. So there's two modes of the pen tool, which is fill and there's a stroke. So this is what fill looks like. It'll basically, whatever points you make, it will make a shape out of it. Or if you're using the stroke, let's use a black stroke. Let's make the fill transparent. And if you're making this, it'll make an outline of whatever you did. So you can see this is what it does. So today for this vector, we're going to be using the fill. And one thing that I found it's better to use a color. Doesn't matter which color it is. That way you can actually see. And then once you add a new layer, make sure you lower the opacity. So when you make a shape, you can actually see the image. Like say for example, if I just to do this, as you can see, we can still see the Blastoise in the background a little bit, so that is what we want. So the reason why, first thing, well, this is can depend on what you're trying to vector, but if you're trying to vector this image, as you can see, it's almost the same left and right. As if we mirror the image, it would be complete. So what I did was I made a line in between of the canvas, so I could just do one part and then the other part we can just reflect it, and we don't have to work twice. And it'll basically make it look cleaner as well and more accurate both sides. So how you can get this line is you can just go to view, and then you put rulers on. As you can see, yours might be like this because I know mine was. So we go to rulers, and then you can see now from this side you just click and then drag a line, and it'll automatically be in the middle, since it's, well, not automatically, but you'll know when the middle is because it stops at the middle. So now that we have that, let's go and select the pen tool. And this is where people don't understand, like, I'm not saying people don't understand, this is what people have more difficulty in. And it's when you do, say you do a line here, you do like a little curve, but then when you're trying to, okay, my bad. Okay, so once you do this curve, and then you're trying to curve it over here, like say you're gonna do that, see how this line goes down? And many people don't know how to fix that, and this is why this tutorial is here. It's a simple thing. So what you're gonna do is what you can do basically, okay, let me move the image real quick more to the middle, something like that. Okay, that looks good. So now that we have our first point, we're gonna do a curve right here. And okay, let me delete this layer since the point got disappeared. So we're gonna start by clicking once here, and then you do your second click here, but don't let go until you stretch up or down. It's like, say you're gonna stretch up or down, don't let go of the click, because if you just click, it'll just be a straight line. So we're gonna do a little curve. Gonna do a little curve, and I'm just gonna do it like a little bit. And as you can see, there's like this point right here. So what I like to do is you just press Alt, and you can drag this point to the center. Or an easier way, just press Alt on the previous point you just did, click on there, and that way once you do another shape, it will start from there instead of the usual where it would go like a curve down. So we're basically just gonna go around the Blastoise, and let me lower the opacity a little bit so we can actually do this. So we're just gonna go around it. As you can see, I like to drag the point because that's how I got used to, but you guys can just click on the points so you can see right here. Now we have that. Made it to this side. Now I'm gonna do this and then do a curve here. And another thing, when you're vectoring, I would usually doesn't matter if you're going up, since you're gonna add new layers in different colors. Like say if I want to do this, just so it doesn't have to go all the way down, because the next layer, which is gonna be the yellowish, it's gonna cover this, so it doesn't have to be perfect. So then we're just gonna connect this, and if we get rid of the image, that is our shape right there. So it's kind of looking, well, not, it doesn't really look like anything right now, but after you have several layers of stuff and then you put them all together, it will be looking like the shape you wanted. So right here we're going to change this to like a different color. Doesn't matter what color. At the end we're going to be modifying it, but I mean, if you want to do the color as you're going by, you can totally do that. So make sure you add a new layer to the image, and right here is what I said we can do. So we're gonna do this, and then once we're like right here, we go up another point. This image is a bit pixelated, it might not be looking good like that, but it doesn't matter. So we're just gonna go over and then lower the opacity a little bit so you can actually see the image. Okay. Now another thing, you can also press shift and it'll give you a more precise. As you can see, when you press shift you go up and down and it won't only modify that, so it gives it a better touch. Now over here, now we just go up to the first point, and now if we put this thing, the images here, you can see how it's starting to look like blasters, but you can see these lines don't really look that good. It's because the image is pixelated and I was basing it off that, but you can just fix that. Fix that by just adding this. Now we just add a line, press shift. You can see right there. And then we just do this and we go up again, and that will look definitely way better than the one we had previously. So it's turning out to look like what we want it to look like. So I'm just gonna speed up the process and stop if I see something that might be difficult. So I'll be right back.
Invincible.
Alright guys, so right here, as you can see, I already modified the colors of the blasters just so you guys can see what I'm doing better. I realized I should have done this in the beginning, but still the other way works just as well. So I'm going to continue just saying a quick note of what I just did, and after I do the basic shape, we'll go with the details and the shading. So yeah, I'll be right back once I finish with all the body. So now that we're done with the overall body, which is half of it, I'm not doing the cannon because since it's a circle, I can just do that at the end. But now comes the detail part, which what I mean by detail is like, well, it's basically shadowing and detail, or like lines. So like everything doesn't blend well, like you see like the hands in here. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna show you guys how to do that real quick. So we're gonna start with this part of the shell. So what I like to do is, well, I'm gonna rename it because I'm gonna have a hard trouble figuring out what is what. Well, shell, I'm gonna put small. So we're gonna add a layer, and then we right click it. We're gonna put create clipping mask, so everything that we do will be only inside of this part. So we're gonna, I usually like to do we can do black, and we'll just lower the opacity on stuff. So we're just gonna have a line going right here, and do another line, close it, lower the opacity, and there we go. Now we're gonna do the same, but with the leg. So we're gonna call this leg, and do the same thing. We add a new layer. We right click it. Make sure you don't right click on the name because it won't give you the option. Right click on the empty space and then create clipping mask. And so we're gonna add a shadow to it. So basically this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do an outline going throughout here, and then going through here as well. So basically it's like an outline of this figure on top. Now we have that. We can just do whatever we want, just as long as it's inside. Close it, we'll lower the opacity, something like that. So you can see it's like a shadow of the line that's above it, you see? That way they don't merge. A little bit lower. So now we have that. We got to make the line of the legs, which is one right here. So I'm gonna do that as well. You can add a new layer, and if you can see, if it's like doesn't have the arrow, you can just drag it down, and then it depends if it's gonna do it underneath it. But I'm gonna do this and just see how the okay. So it's like this, then just a line. It doesn't have to be perfect, since you're trying to customize it a little bit. So then we just after we do the form, we go back in a line. You can go up or down depending on to make the image. I'm messed up a little bit, so we're gonna go something like this and stretch it out so it's like not all, yeah, like you see right here at the end it got all thick. Trying to avoid that. So something like that works. So then we just lower the opacity, make it a tad bit darker than the one on the top. And there we go. We have the, oh sorry, we have the general image for that. Now I'm gonna do the same thing for the arm. I'm gonna try and find, this is the arm, so I'm gonna call it arm. And like I said before, add a new layer, create clipping mask, and then this one we're gonna add a shading all over right here. So it's like, oh, somewhere right here, then all the way to here. And just go up above the white line, since it's only the circle, you won't be able to see it. And then we just close it. Oh, you also have to close the paths. And then so now that we have that, we can just lower the opacity. And I can fix this, I'll fix this at the end. That way we can get through this tutorial faster. Now we're gonna do another layer. We'll give it the shade right here on the shell. So let's do that. It's basically like if you're doing a double outline of your line to give a shading of it. So then we go another one. We're gonna go right here, make a little, oh, then zoom out a little bit. To shortcut to zoom in and zoom out, you can just press Alt and scroll your mouse. I don't know if that will help you guys. It definitely helps me. So do like a curve right here. And then we can just do something like this. And then do like a curve. It's basically you're imitating the shape that's above the outline, and then once you're that, you can just go over here and then make sure you connect the path. So now we have that, we can just lower the opacity to like barely noticeable, but you can tell that it's there. So now I'm not sure the arm has. Okay, it does have a cross underneath right here. So what I need to see exactly where it is. Okay, it's around here. So what we're gonna do is just gonna do a line here. Curve it a little bit. And there we go. And just lower the opacity. And that looks about right. So as you can see, we get rid of the image in the background. This is how it's looking so far with the details and everything. And so far it's turning out pretty good. I'm not, like I said, not a professional at this. I'm showing you guys the skills that I know, if you can call them skill. Actually, yeah. But now we go into the stomach area. And now we just add a new layer. We're going to call this stomach. Or no, you know what? Yeah, stomach. And after we do that, we can add a new layer and create clipping mask. Make sure you create clipping mask on all of them. So this is a tricky part, since as you guys can see, it goes both sides, and if you leave a curve, it'll look like a W if we reflect. Watch, I'll show you guys what I mean. You guys are probably saying, what does this guy mean? This is what I mean by a W. So say I do the line like this, right? And then I will try to imitate it, because I am going to okay, let me put this outside. I was going to mirror the image. So if I flip it horizontally, as you can see, and when we try lining them, it looked like a W, and we don't want that. We basically want it to look like a U, something like this. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that. Well, basically a way how to not mess up. So what you're going to do, you're going to do a line. And then once you're stretching it, you press shift. After you press shift, you can just go up. Oh wait, I forgot to press alt. Then you go up a little bit, and then you just click on this point again and stretch it out. And there we go. Now if we mirror the image, it will not look like a W. So let's lower the opacity. That looks about right. And now we're gonna do another one up here. I mean, we could just also a trick, just so it looks more symmetrical. You can always duplicate this image, and the way that I like to duplicate stuff is if you press alt, it duplicates an item itself. So as you can see right here, it will look cleaner if we did this. So I'm actually gonna leave it like that. And like I said, we have to give it shadows. That way, it looks cleaner if you give it shadows, and it won't look as flat. Not sure if you guys know what I mean. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start from the bottom. I was gonna make a joke that's going down. So we're gonna go. Basically, we're doing a thicker outline of the shape that is above. Something like this. I'm gonna do this. Okay, let's go down a little bit more. Okay, there we go. And then we just, at the end, we do this. And then after that, you can just go outside. Doesn't matter, because it will only be doing stuff that we do inside the shell. So we can just lower the opacity. See, I'd say about there. And as you can see, this is looking pretty decent. Yeah, it's giving it a better look of Mega Blastoise. Looks clean. It looks well made, basically, with the shades and everything. You don't have to, but I prefer to do it that way. It doesn't blend in everything. So now that we have the basics, I will do the rest of the blending in time lapse. So I'll be right back. Alright everyone, now we have the basic shading and structure of the Pokemon. So now all we have to do is simply we select all the layers, And the easy way to do is you select the very first layer that you're gonna combine with the last by clicking shift, and it will select everything. Now what you can do is to make it simpler, you just press Control J, it will duplicate every single layer, then press Control G. That will make everything into a group. So as you can see, if we edit, transform, and flip it horizontally, we'll have a blaster that's in one group, and it's not merged, just one group, which is a neat thing. Now we're gonna move it so it gets aligned, and it's probably not gonna look perfect at the bottom. You can see we're seeing the little edges being all messy a little bit, but we can, like I said, we can always fix that by just so I'm not sure if this is chubbier than the original one, which is well, I'm gonna move it a little bit to right here. There we go. Now if we get rid of the line, there's gonna be some edge where that's, like I said before, it's gonna look like an M. So that's easily fixable. So I'm gonna move this line. You can see this is how it's gonna look. So now what's left to do is damn, this Pokemon looks bulky as hell. Let me see if it's actually that. Okay, yeah, so we're not that off. This is just a mirrored image. So now what we can do is just in a layer above, doesn't matter where. I'm gonna fix the little edges that look kind of messed up, and I'm gonna do right here and do right here, so it looks like one big curve, and there you go. That looks way better. And now right here in the head as well, it's a minor adjustment, not really that much that we're gonna have to do. So grab here, and you know what, we're gonna make it a little bit bigger like that, and it doesn't matter the rest. Blue, and okay, that looks kind of off a little bit. Modify it a little bit. Look at on the center. Alright, that's better. And change it to color blue. And there we go. That looks way better now. And what's left is to do the cannon. So the cannon is a big, just a circle. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make it look easy and not as difficult as like more difficult than it needs to. It's just gonna be simple. So we're just gonna do a circle right here. Move a little bit up, and you can give it a stroke, give it the appearance of something else, of the outline on the outside. And let's say we're gonna do like white. It's not white. There you go. Okay. Now if we do add a layer underneath, you can just simply, if we do this, no, it doesn't work. Do this, do something like that, and oh, my bad. We make it like white, but not really white, like a darker white to give it a shadow effect. We're gonna do like a little bit gray. Change it up, and put this gray part on the bottom all the way to the down. That way it's not on top of any unnecessary layer. It's gonna look something like that. We're gonna have to add it above the shell, like right here. You know, we don't want it right there. Add it right. You Control Z this because I lost this images. Alright, drag all the way down. of the shell. And put it right here. There we go. I don't want it for it to be looking like something like that. Oh, I think I know why it's a problem. Since it's in a group layer, it will only reflect on half. Okay, that explains a lot. So we're gonna do it right here. And then once we have right here, I was like, why is it not working? It's because this right side is grouped, so we put inside. Yeah, so you can see, there we go, it only shows half. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put it all the way inside here. Now let's find it. It's called, should be all the way in the bottom. There we go. Here, you can see it'll be in front of one, when it'll be behind the other. So what we can do is let's try and find layer where it is. Should be somewhere around here. The shell. Where's the shell? Leg. The hand. Shell. The hand. White cannon part. No, it's not it. Head, mouth. Okay, where is the shell? No, this is the shell in the hand. There we go, white part of the shell. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna highlight this part so it highlights the middle. And we go up to the shape 36. We rasterize it so we can actually delete it. And there we go. We have it all in the back. So something like that will make the cannon look better. And yeah, I think that's looking good. Now right here on the eclipse, we're gonna add something to create a clipping mask inside, and we're going to make a slightly lighter cannon, something like that. Make a circle, and then a smaller circle. That one, like that. Down like so, and then we lower the opacity. There we go. That looks about right. So this piece looks done. Let's just get rid of the background to see how it looks, and there you guys have it. This looks like a Mega Blastoise. I know there's some stuff I need to fix, but I'm just gonna leave it like this for this tutorial purpose. And definitely add some shading to this, but I won't do that quite yet. So I'm gonna also do a bonus because this is part of a logo for someone. So this is kind of a bonus part for text wise. We're gonna group everything so everything is one layer. Then we're gonna move it up. I don't know why my things are not showing. Maybe if I move the document, because if you guys know how to fix this, I don't necessarily know how to fix this as in, so I did something, so every time I did like a, sorry, grab something, it doesn't let me. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna move this to a separate document. For some reason it's not all. Give me a second. Yeah, see, for some reason I don't know why, but it's not letting me select everything. What if I add text? Okay, there we go. Now it does work. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a logo, and this guy's name is Mega Tank EX. So we're gonna write Mega Tank. I like this font actually for this. I'm actually gonna use this font. No, it's not here. So this is a great tool. It's called it's a window character, and if you guys don't have it, you can just go to view, not view, window, and then go to characters right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to lower the spacing of the letters, and for the text you can increase the size, decrease the size, whatever you want. We're going to leave it something like that, a little bit bigger, and we're going to have it in the middle right here. Make the middle line so we know where the middle is. Move this to the middle, there we go. Now Megatain, we're going to move this to the middle as well. Where's the middle? There you go. That's the middle right there. And we're going to right click and we're going to warp the text so it seems like it's curved a little bit. And we're going to lower that, something like that. Okay, that looks about right. Maybe making it a little bit bigger would be nice. Yep, that looks about right. So now that we have this, we are going to change the color, but also we're going to make these super smaller because I want the emphasis on the EX as well. So now we have this. Now to get the EX, one thing that I am going to do is I'm going to, let me click out of these, and we're going to be searching Pokemon EX symbol. Since in this occasion it works for it, so right here I'm gonna copy this EX right here. We're gonna vector it. I mean, it's right here, but I already copied it here, and we're going to paste it. And for some reason, Photoshop, when you copy a transparent image, it just makes it black background. So what I do is I just like to save the images. Oh my god. So why am I using this tool? So we're gonna select the EX part, cut it out, and paste it so it's around. Gonna make it big, something like that. And let's get rid of the black background with the magic wand. It'll look all, yeah, it'll look all pixelated and everything, but it doesn't matter since we don't really want that part. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna vector this EX thing, so you guys can see. And a good tool is, these rules are so you know like the words are straight. So I'm actually going to use some tools here to make the letters straighter. We're going to grab the vectoring tool. This is also some tips is you can, if you click on one point, then you click on another point, you just press shift, it'll make an angle, unless it's like closer to or less than 45, it will go as a straight line, but if it's greater, it'll show you like a straight thing. So now we connect this, see right here, but if we connect it straight, we want to E, but we don't want it straight, we just want this. We have an E and a push. And also, if you're not sure if it's like straight or not, you say you do like something like this, but then it looks like that, you just click shift and it'll make a straight line. Then we're gonna go down. Now we're gonna do this, and we're gonna lower the opacity so you can see. Now press shift again. Press shift. Now press shift. It's all about pressing shift basically here. Also, we can use a guideline to see exactly where it's right here. Even though it's not like that in the picture, we want to maintain it as clean as we can. And we're gonna do like here. And right here we can just mess with the X. Point right here, straight with the shift. Another point. Another point. We'll press shift. X's are pretty easy. Now we're gonna do the line here. Let's figure out where I'm gonna put the second point. Somewhere on there. So we're gonna do this. Then we're gonna do this. And line. Press shift. Another line. Okay, actually, it's not gonna look good. So I'm gonna go down a little bit. There we go. Because it'll make this side look thinner. Press shift, this, and then we're gonna go all the way down. Shift, up, and shift. So now, if we get rid of the, if we hide the layer, excuse me, the layer right here, you can see how the EX is really clean and the edges are well made. And actually, as you can see right here, it doesn't really look that well, but we can easily fix that by just pressing Control Z back and then just doing the line work. Maybe go a little bit over here. I'm trying to imitate so it seems like it's going here. Something like that. Now we push Shift. And if we delete this layer, you can see the text looks really good. So now we have the Mega Tank EX, and I'm going to show you guys a really good tool on how to make letters kind of shiny. So now that we have this done, we can get rid of the lines. And I'm sorry this is kind of a longer tutorial, but I'm trying to keep it, like, I'm not trying to bore you guys, but give it as many details as I can in the fastest time possible. So I'm not sure how much time it is going to be. So right now we have 1 hour, which is how much I've been working on this. But I did do the speed art thing, so this will probably be like 20 something minutes. I'm not sure. So we're gonna add a Mega Tank. We're gonna have these. We're gonna have this text as maybe white. Maybe a white. I'm not 100% sure yet. But we can always just keep it. I'm gonna keep it black so I can see it. Trying to make it so it looks like the colors of Blastoise. So what we're going to do is we can also move the Blastoise a little bit down so it looks like it's grabbing the letters, which is what I'm going to do. Move it a little bit down, like here. That looks amazing. Looks pretty good. I mean, I like how it's looking, so hopefully the person I'm making this likes it as well. So now that we have this, we're going to do, I think I might do the EX darker color, but the Mega we're going to be doing it, I don't know, let's say like the white. Yeah, we're gonna do white. Now what I'm gonna do to give a sort of a shine or something like that, I'm gonna add a new layer on the above, and with the select tool you press it, and instead of using the rectangle I'm gonna use the ellipse. We're gonna do this, and to move it so we can actually see, we're gonna be pressing Shift. That way we can actually move the text. And so it looks like it's going to be like a loop around text. And with the paint tool, it's smaller. Paint tool, we're going to, that's a little bit too small. We're going to make like a gradient. Wait, change it to black so you won't be able to see white on white. And change it to black. Try not to heavily do it. Something like this. I actually got this tutorial from someone else. I didn't actually make this up, so can't take credit for this. So when we create clipping mask, then we'll lower the opacity. It will look something like this. I mean, you could always do like a circle, but I like it to fade on the background. Now we have this. We can just merge these two because we're not gonna modify them anymore. Rasterize. We're gonna merge them. Now we're gonna press Control J. And then Control U to open the hue and saturation. We're gonna do the lightness down. You know what? Nah, I'm actually gonna change this to like a bluish color, but I'm gonna do that at the end. That way you guys will see what I'm talking about. So now we have the EX part. I'm debating on probably gonna do it whatchamacallit, blue, like the Blastoise. You know, like a darker blue or something. And let's see how this looks with the blue. Okay, this looks decent, however trying for it to not blend as much, excuse me, and maybe a darker blue or a different color, maybe a yellow since the yellow is, but I actually like this blue a lot because it's not the same color as that. And what we're going to do is we are going to, you know what? I just realized this is not gonna. We're gonna have to modify the EX part. So, because it seems weird when it's like the E is right here, so we're gonna have to make the E straight. So like that. Now we're gonna rasterize it, and we're gonna cut it. That way it looks better. Wait, no, I think I cut it a bit too much. Maybe somewhere around the lines of here. Okay, that looks about right. Actually, no, I'm actually gonna modify this because it looks weird when the line's like this, and this line's straight. So I'm gonna modify that real quick, and to do that, I'm gonna do the path tool on it. And so I'm gonna do this. Okay, let me zoom in a lot because I don't want to mess up. I'm gonna zoom in a lot. And Control Z all this. Grab the pen tool. And then put Shift. Make a triangle. Make selection. And Control X. And now we're gonna go about here. Make a line. Okay, no. Okay, maybe a little bit less. Shift this and make selection. There's a small piece right here that does not look like it's supposed to be there. And now right here, there we go. The E looks way better. Sorry I had to redo that, but we're gonna do the effect again. Do it right here, move it a little bit up. There we go. That looks about right. We can also make a line of white or black, whatever type of feel you want to give it. But as of right now, I'm gonna do with a black one. And since this is bigger text, I can freely do like a harder eclipse, so we can create clipping mask. And if we lower the opacity, there we go. That looks about right. It sort of gives a fade end to the text. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna merge these two layers. And once we do, wait, did I merge? No, okay, I did not merge the text. So what we did was we created a text, which I'm trying to find where my letter of Megatank is. Let me try and change the background and see if I accidentally merged. Okay, I did not, so wait. Okay, here we go. Where is my Megatank EX? Okay, so we're gonna get rid of this. We get rid of the background. So now we have the Megatank in one layer. We have this nothing. Then we have this. So we have the both text files here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna select both of them, press Ctrl J, then merge those two. And we're gonna add a gradient to these. So we're gonna select the darkest color and make it way more darker. And we're gonna select this color and make it a tad bit lighter, maybe like a little bit darker, so it's like this is a bit too light, something like that. And a quick way to use a gradient, you can just press Control, and on the box you'll see that your hand has this little rectangle. Do this, and with the gradient tool you just go down. I'm gonna go like this way instead. Now we have that. We can put this layer underneath our text and put it underneath both of our texts. I'm gonna go down. As you can see, it gives you like instead of just a plain color in the background, it gives it this feel. And I think this dark blue is a bit too, okay, this is black, no wonder. It's a little bit darker, not too dark. I'm gonna redo it one more time. Okay, the other side, my bad. And there we go. That looks better. And now what we can do is we can just merge all of them, not merge, put them into a group. And then we can press stroke the text. And after we stroke the text, we can make it a little bit bigger. Something like that. Doesn't really have to be that thick. And on the underneath this layer, we're gonna get rid of these spaces. So with the pen tool, I'm gonna go black, and we're gonna select over all these spaces we have right here, and we're gonna do like a sort of a curve. You know, my bad. curve like this. Seems about right. Let me check. Okay, no, it does not look good. Oh my god. How does that look? That looks better. I'm just gonna go around it again and make sure you connect the path. As you can see right here, there we go, we press shape. And there you go. Now the text is like that. Now we can just give a stroke to the Pokemon. Give it like a heavy stroke so it seems like it's supposed to be there, and boom. There we have it. This is our Mega Tank EX sort of logo finished. And yeah, that took that took me about 1 hour and 20 minutes to do. So that just comes to show how much time it takes to do this. And it's, if you do it correctly, which I mean this one looks pretty good, you will have a very good finishing touch. And one thing we can do is in the background, which I'm not sure is, well, for whatever, depends on what you're doing, but if you're doing something else, it might not be favorable. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a circle around it so it looks more like a logo, or you could say a team logo, but it looks more like a logo to me. So we're gonna put the lines. It's not showing me the guiding lines, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do that like that. Alright, make it a tad bit bigger maybe. Press shift always. I forgot to mention that. And for some reason it's, there we go. Now we have that, and we can just fill it with white maybe, or different color. Oh yeah, that right there looks pretty good. So now we have this. That looks more like a logo than what I had before. So this is how you do a logo for whatever you're doing. It could be a basically anything that has to do with vectoring. You can do it this form. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure to leave in the description, or not leave in the description, I'm talking about, leave in the comment section what other tutorials you want me to do. And I'm in spring break right now, so I'll probably do 2, record them, and upload them later. So yeah, comment down below. And I saw a lot of people doing like animations and intros and stuff like that, and I don't have After Effects or anything like that. All the intros I do are made in Camtasia, and a lot of people have Camtasia and ask me how to make intros, and I'm like, well, it's kind of limited to what you can do, but I can totally do a tutorial on that if you guys really want me to do one. So yeah, so basically thank you guys for watching, and like I said, make sure to comment down below what tutorials you want me to do next. So yeah, thank you for watching, like I said a million times, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.